Alright, so there are a ton of theories circulating amongst the Dragon Ball community, some of which have the Grand Priest pinned as an evil mastermind behind the scenes. And I just want to dive a little deeper into some of these theories and go over them, and possibly introduce some new ones, and really get a conversation going here because I think it's something interesting that can add some serious plot twists to the storyline of Dragon Ball. And without spending too much time on this intro, let's just get started. Let's get right into it. So the first angle and basic theory here that we're gonna tackle is that the Grand Priest is actually a good guy in the show. And you know, he's an angel, and angels are usually good guys, and he's always seemed well-mannered, patient, yet powerful. So he's very similar to Whis in what we've seen, and it's also a great sign that he took an interest in Goku and Universe 7. You know, he's been quoted saying he's envious of Universe 7. With that being said, if the Grand Priest looks or seems evil, it's only because he's so powerful. But in reality, he's just doing his job, which is watching over Zeno. Which, by the way, Zeno appears to be the highest level representation of a god of destruction that we've seen in the show so far. Seriously, we haven't really seen any creation coming from Zeno, and in one episode, he was basically destroying universes with future Zeno because he was bored. In this case, the dangerous one might be Zeno and not the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest might actually be the good guy. Now, we can also confirm that the Grand Priest is the father of Whis and Vados, and is one of the strongest characters in the show in terms of power. So, on the other side, we've got people talking about the Grand Priest becoming a major villain. Now, I see where they're coming from, because the Grand Priest, ever since he was introduced, his character has been synonymously portrayed with power. And let's be real, you have to be a serious contender in terms of power to be looking over and basically handling Zeno. The issue here though isn't his power, it's how his power has been exercised. From the subtle animations and mannerisms, the Grand Priest is slowly being depicted as a puppet master with everyone, including the two Zenos, as his puppets. This has only recently become more apparent in the way he manipulates other characters while using Zeno as leverage. A perfect example of this would be in episode 96 when he makes the gods of destruction test the arena, telling them it was for Zeno, but in reality Zeno was taking a nap the whole time. If that isn't manipulating people, I don't know what is, and he was clearly manipulating the gods of destruction for his own entertainment. Now, if the Grand Priest ends up becoming a villain, he's gonna be unlike any of the bad guys we've seen before because most of the bad guys in Dragon Ball have been pretty loud and clear on what they're gonna do. We can take a look at Cell back in the day. He got on national television to announce the Cell games, and even Zamasu couldn't even go 2 lines without telling everybody how much he hated mortals. So here we have a villain, or a possible villain, that's going to be working behind the scenes, intelligent and meticulous. And although the Grand Priest may not be directly against our universe, his plans may still have consequences for those caught in the crossfire. Now, I did mention that we were going to dive a little bit deeper here on some of these theories. So the first one I want to tackle is one where the Grand Priest is caught between an evil Zeno and a good Zeno. This theory started because of one small frame in the opening where the two Zenos cross and turn green for a split second. And since future Zamasu had wished for immortality, some people are speculating that he somehow possessed future Zeno. My thoughts on this are that Zamasu is most likely dead. He was erased. And if there is a slight chance he exists, it's not in the body of Zeno. My reasoning for this is due to the fact that Zamasu was killed off in such a way that the viewers could have a better perspective on how powerful Zeno is. It was bringing attention towards this extremely dangerous character Zeno that acts like a child but has this immense power. Now, one of the other fan theories we have that we're going to be bringing up here is one where Goku and Jiren eventually team up to fight an evil Grand Priest. This is a pretty badass theory, and I would definitely enjoy seeing this pan out. Why? Well, because basically Jiren has been hyped up this whole arc to be Goku's main nemesis. Now, if Goku were to end up teaming up with him to go against an overpowered angel, who we thought was good, that would actually be pretty cool to watch. Now, although this would be awesome to see, I don't think it's gonna happen because the Grand Priest and his crew of angels just seem way too strong for Goku and Jiren at this point. Now, some people are speculating that if the Grand Priest turns out to be evil, he will somehow make both future and present Zeno destroy one another and lead an angelic rebellion. There's also something we can't ignore: the devious smile that Mojito gave when his own universe was erased. Do some of the angels have a hidden agenda here? I mean, I think the real question here would be, why would the angels want to rebel? Is it because the Grand Priest wants ultimate power? Or is he somehow bound to serve Zeno because of a higher power? Could it be that the creator of the Super Dragon Balls established this previous law? You know, where is the Dragon God? Now, there are still a ton of unanswered questions, but in the case of a rebellion orchestrated by the Grand Priest, I could definitely see the rest of the fighters put their differences aside and unite against a greater danger. I think it would actually be pretty badass if this played out, but I guess we will have to just wait and find out. So, what do you all think? Will the Grand Priest turn out to be good, or will we end up discovering that he is a villain? Do you guys think that we're gonna see a return of Zamasu? Does Goku stand a chance against someone like the Grand Priest? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. If you have any other theories you'd like to share, drop them in the comments. I'll try to make a video on them. And I'll definitely be participating in the comment section with my own thoughts on this. Now, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. But before I go, I'm gonna leave everyone with one question. Who do you think could take on the Grand Priest? Mr. Popo or Mr. Satan? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'll catch you guys later.
Keep it easy, 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 keep it easy. We don't gotta start shit, but we don't gotta forfeit. This world is made for us, so this world is made for us. They got their feelings in the closet. I treat my feelings like a faucet. I turn them on and drank them up, and then I spit, they pay for us. Get your picture, quit your bitchin', son. I can feel you from the bar, get your fishing on. Tryna catch a fucking wave, but no, y'all ain't even worth the fucking shade I throw.